The Nobel Peace Prize is not a presidential participation trophy. So the big story in the well, not the big, not not even the close to the big story, but Trump has been going everywhere saying he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. He thinks he deserves one. All his supporters think he deserves one. There's one reason for this, which is that Obama got one. When Obama was in his first term, he got a Nobel Peace Prize. And maybe you could say he didn't really deserve it because of drones and some other shit like that. But I think the reason was because the Nobel Prize Committee they were really just sending a message of fuck you, Bush. It was basically just America has a president that's not Bush, and we want to send a message that like that's good. So that's why I think that they gave it out, even though people could question it or whatever. Although I think Obama deserves it a lot more than Trump does. But I think that message of he's not Bush, we're going to give it to him. Now Trump, because he is obsessed with Barack Obama, I made another video that thinks he might be gay and in love with Barack Obama, because I've never seen a man so obsessed with another man. I mean, it's to the point of madness almost. But because Obama got one, Trump's got to get one too. And when you see his supporters and you say, why in the hell does Trump, who has threatened nuclear war with I mean, not just Kim Jong Un, but ISIS. He talked about using nukes on ISIS. Okay, he's talked about, keeping the family members of terrorists, like torturing them or killing them. That would be okay. Bringing back torture. He's talked about. He's threatened war with half the planet almost. It seems like. I mean, he's talked about trade war with China. He's talked about a civil war with the United States. He pisses off our European and Australian allies all the time. So it's like, you haven't made talk about nuclear war, conventional war, drone war, trade war, civil war, and this is the guy you want to give the Nobel Peace Prize to, the guy who has the worst fucking temperament you've ever seen. And their big reason, you say, why? Why do you think that is? I mean, he's talking about moving the embassy in Israel. They've already killed dozens of people because they've had such protests. And he's already ripped up the Iran deal, which was about peace, so that Israel and Iran are going at each other. I think Hamas is the one putting, Palestinians up to protesting so much because Iran's trying to get back at. Iran through Hamas is trying to get back at Israel and Trump by extension. So, what is his big accomplishment? Oh, North Korea. Well, let's look at that. He's talked about they're going to have a meeting with Kim Jong-un that may never take place, that hasn't even taken place yet. And he got Kim Jong-un and the South Korean president to shake hands. He got them to shake hands. I mean, that was the big accomplishment. They've had a few meetings. Kim Jong-un came over and shook hands, and you just feel like all that was so Trump could get his Nobel Peace Prize application out there, which is all he really gives a shit about. And nothing's really going to change in North Korea. Probably not even going to get rid of their nuclear weapons. But they're like at the first yard of a 100-yard, the first mile of a cross-country race. And he's talking about, this is why. Like, they're at the very, very beginning. There's no peace in Korea. There's no peace yet. And there probably won't be. I hope there is, but there probably won't be. But because of that, that's the reason. That's why he deserves one. Wouldn't you love to see the Nobel Prize Committee get his application and just fucking crack up? Like, just like you could hear him hee-hawing from across the Atlantic. I mean, they must have really laughed their ass off when they got that.